Rule 11. Calculate the net return. Now, doesn't that sound boring? Calculate the net return. Well, it shouldn't be boring. Remember, this is about deciding if and when you're going to buy that house or take that vacation, when you can afford to give up work, how much you can leave to your kids or give to good causes, what kind of car you're going to drive. That's not boring. And the answer to when it's all going to happen will be affected by whether you calculate the net return. You understand what net means, of course. But do you remember to factor in the costs, expenses, charges, and tax before deciding whether to make an investment? Of course, calculations may not deter you, and that's fine, so long as you base your investment decision on the real net return and don't fall into the trap of just seeing the headline figure. Here's an example. Suppose you buy a property to rent it out. If it costs you, say, $100,000 and you lease it out at $10,000 a year, you might think that looks pretty good. But hang on. What have you got to factor in before you make your decision? Well, there's the cost of the mortgage, of course, and the insurance, the leasing agent's fees, maybe periods when the property is empty between tenants. Oh, and tax on the rental income. See, I'm not saying buy to lease is never worth it, but you've got to calculate the net return before you can decide if this is a good move for you. Obviously, there's also the potential capital growth in a property to consider, but that's not guaranteed except perhaps over the very long term. Certainly, if you need to sell the property in 5 or even 10 years' time, you can't assume significant growth, and the value may even have dropped. So do your math. They're not complicated, but they do require you to think it through and make sure you haven't forgotten anything, especially the tax you may eventually have to pay on anything you make. In summary, this is about deciding if and when you're going to buy that house or take that vacation. Rule 12. If you see money as the solution, you'll find it becomes the problem. Having money doesn't make all your relationships flow smoothly, not by a long shot. It doesn't protect you from disease. It may buy you better medical care after the event, but it doesn't protect you. It might buy a better diet, but the rich half of the world has a pretty poor health record, despite having all the money to feed itself extremely well, so that doesn't necessarily go hand in hand. The more you see money as a solution, the greater the chance that you are missing the point entirely. Money doesn't do anything. I know. You'll be thinking, if only I had X amount, I could fix this problem in my life. I think you'll find money would throw up a lot more problems in its wake. Money will not make you happier, thinner, or more popular with decent people. Money does not deliver lasting, meaningful peace of mind. There are plenty of rich, fat, unhappy people with no real friends. I think we need to find the cure to our problems first, and then find a way of funding that cure. Money isn't, and never will be, the cure. It is the oil that greases the wheels. It isn't the engine. It may buy you better medical care after the event, but it doesn't protect you. Rule 13. You can make lots of money, you can enjoy your job, and you can sleep nights. A lot of people hold one or other, or all, of these notions. Making money goes hand in hand with being a ruthless, manipulative, amoral, greedy lizard. To make a bit of cash you have to sell your soul, grandmother, and principles. Being wealthy means you end up with a heart problem, insomnia, and other stress-related disorders. To make money, you have to turn into a slimeball who sacrifices their family, morals, and happiness, and all on the altar of wealth. Well, it can be like that, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, it shouldn't be. That's the beauty of it. If it is like that, then you're doing it wrong. You see, money is so freely available, and to anyone, as we looked at in Rule 1, that you really don't need to try that hard or change that much. An awful lot of pretty ordinary, nice people make money, and lots of it. You can make money, enjoy your job, and sleep at night. You just have to decide that is what you're going to do, no matter what, and then stick to it. Remember, if you are starting to lose sleep, or have stopped enjoying what you do, then you need to have a serious talk with yourself. Go back to the beginning of the book, and remember what it is that wealth is all about to you. I remember a cartoon of a boardroom with fat cat executives. A small girl pokes her head round the door and says, "Money can't buy a kind smile." The businessmen all look, momentarily, shamed. Then the chairman growls, Get out of here, kid. Who the hell wants a kind smile? And the others all look relieved and go back to their meeting. Well, I for one would like the kind smile, even if it does mean I lose a little money. I want to sleep nights and to enjoy my job and to make money. But I won't compromise my principles, spend too little time with my family or children, neglect to sit in the sunshine occasionally, take a day off. I won't worry about work or money once I've gone to bed, be driven so much by money that I lose my sense of humor or need to have fun. These I swear by. And it is possible. Believe me, I've known and observed enough wealthy people to know this is true. To make money and have a life, to be ethical and rich, to earn a lot and be a thoroughly nice person. It is possible. It just sometimes seems it isn't. All part of debunking our money myths. Remember, if you are starting to lose sleep or have stopped enjoying it, then you need to have a talk with yourself.